Hello, Welks channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments coming to Salem on Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, as relationships reach critical breaking points and long-buried tensions resurface in ways that will leave fans absolutely stunned. Belle Black takes her stand against EJ DiMera. The elevator entrapment continues to create an increasingly complicated situation for Belle Black and EJ DiMera, who find themselves stuck together in the most uncomfortable of circumstances. After EJ's shocking confession of love in the previous episode, Belle is preparing to put her foot down and establish clear boundaries with her former flame. While the district attorney insists that his feelings for Belle remain as strong as ever, she's not about to let sweet words erase the painful memories of betrayal and heartbreak that still haunt her. The longer they remain trapped in that confined space, however, the more dangerous the situation becomes for both of their hearts. The close quarters and vulnerability of their predicament could either drive them further apart or pull them back together in unexpected ways. Belle may be determined to maintain her resolve, but there's an undeniable chemistry between them that refuses to fade completely, no matter how much she tries to deny it. The question remains whether Belle can truly resist EJ's persistent declarations of love, or if the intensity of the moment will weaken her defenses and open the door to reconciliation. Sarah and Xander face trust issues. Meanwhile, Xander Cook Kyriakis is making significant progress in his efforts to reconnect with his wife, Sarah Horton Kyriakis, as their relationship continues its rocky journey toward healing. Despite the doctor's willingness to trust her husband and give their marriage another chance, disturbing cracks are beginning to appear in their fragile foundation. The love between them remains undeniable and powerful, but love alone may not be enough to overcome the serious trust issues that threaten to tear them apart once again. As Xander attempts to make inroads and rebuild what they once had, Sarah finds herself questioning whether they're moving too fast or if she's overlooking warning signs that could lead to future disaster. The couple may still harbor deep affection for one another, but the underlying trust that should form the bedrock of their relationship is dangerously close to shattering completely. Before they can truly reunite and build a lasting future together, they might need to consider seeking professional help through couples therapy to address the fundamental problems that continue to plague their marriage. Commissioner Hunter's critical update. In another corner of Salem, Police Commissioner Jada Hunter will be delivering an important update to Mayor Paulina Price regarding the ongoing investigation into the mysterious citywide power outage that has thrown the entire town into chaos. The commissioner has been working tirelessly to get to the bottom of what caused this unprecedented blackout, and she may finally have some concrete answers to share with the concerned mayor. According to information gathered by Leo Stark, who shared his findings with Gwen Rizek von Luskner, the power company has traced the origin of the electrical failure back to the hospital complex. This revelation could spell serious trouble for both Gwen and EJ DiMera, who have been scheming together and may now find themselves implicated in a situation far more serious than they anticipated. The investigation into the power outage is likely to uncover uncomfortable truths and potentially expose secrets that certain Salem residents would prefer to keep buried. Chad and Kat's relationship reaches critical moment. The romantic connection between Chad DiMera and the mysterious Kat Green is about to hit a major turning point that will change everything for both of them. After sharing several intimate moments during the blackout, the couple appears ready to take their relationship to the next level and fully consummate their growing attraction. Chad has been captivated by Kat since she arrived in Salem, drawn to her in ways he hasn't experienced since losing his beloved Abigail. However, just as Chad is preparing to take their relationship public and introduce Kat to his family as his new romantic partner, a bombshell is about to explode that could destroy everything they're building. Rachel Black, in her typical troublemaking fashion, has informed young Thomas DiMera that the woman his father has been spending time with is supposedly his mother, Abigail DiMera, returned from the dead. This shocking revelation will naturally have a profound impact on Thomas's perception of Kat and could dramatically alter his reaction to her presence in their lives. The boy's confusion and emotional turmoil over believing his mother has returned, only to see her romantically involved with his father in ways that don't make sense, will create serious complications for Chad's budding romance. How Thomas processes this information and responds to Kat going forward could either bring the family closer together or tear them apart in devastating fashion. J.J. Devereaux confronts Theo Carver. The most intense confrontation of the day will unfold between J.J. Devereaux and Theo Carver, as years of unresolved trauma and guilt finally come to a head. The situation begins when J.J. overhears a conversation between Theo and Commissioner Jada Hunter about his position and performance at the Salem Police Department. While Jada expresses sympathy for the trauma Theo experienced, she firmly defends J.J.'s record, making it clear that she has no justification or intention to remove his gun or suspend him from duty at this time. The commissioner acknowledges that Detective Devereaux has proven himself to be an exceptional and valuable asset to the department, with an exemplary track record since returning to active duty. However, Jada will likely warn JJ that his relationship with Theo is more strained than he realizes, and that the young Carver is still deeply affected by their shared traumatic history. This conversation will prompt JJ to seek out Theo directly and confront him about what he told Commissioner Hunter and why he feels compelled to speak out against JJ's reinstatement to the force. What JJ discovers during this confrontation will genuinely surprise and disturb him, as he comes to understand the depth of Theo's ongoing psychological struggle. Despite the fact that Theo forgave JJ years ago for the shooting incident that left him injured, the young man has never truly processed or healed from the trauma of being shot by a police officer in the line of duty. Seeing JJ back in uniform, armed with a weapon and the authority to use it, has triggered severe PTSD symptoms in Theo that he can no longer suppress or ignore. The painful memories of that fateful day when JJ, then a rookie officer, mistook Theo for an armed criminal and pulled the trigger, have come flooding back with overwhelming intensity. Theo's concerns about JJ's judgment under pressure are genuine and rooted in real fear, even though everyone else assures him that JJ has matured significantly since that terrible mistake. The confrontation between these two men will force both of them to address wounds they thought had healed but have actually been festering beneath the surface all along. What this means for Salem's future. Tuesday's episode promises to deliver powerful emotional moments and set up storylines that will reverberate through Salem for weeks to come. Belle's firm stance with EJ could either strengthen her resolve or reveal the depth of feelings she's been trying to suppress. Xander and Sarah's journey toward reconciliation faces serious obstacles that could derail their progress entirely if they're not careful. Jada's update to Marlena about the power outage investigation may expose schemes and create problems for multiple Salem residents. Chad's relationship with Kat is about to face its most serious test yet, as Thomas's confusion and Rachel's manipulation threaten to destroy the fragile bond they've been building. And the confrontation between JJ and Theo will force both men to reckon with trauma, guilt, forgiveness, and the question of whether some wounds can ever truly heal. The explosive revelations and emotional confrontations of September 30th will leave viewers eager to see how these complicated situations ultimately resolve and what consequences await the citizens of Salem as they navigate these treacherous relationship waters. Tune in to Peacock to witness all the drama unfold and see which relationships survive these latest challenges and which ones crumble under the pressure. Part 2. We'll take a closer look at the events of Monday, September 29, 2025, an episode that pulled together family drama, shocking revelations, and plenty of good old-fashioned Horton family tension. Salem was once again at the center of chaos, with electricity outages, children in distress, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. If you missed the episode, or just want to relive the details, let's walk through everything that happened. Susan tries to help Marlena. The episode opened with one of Salem's most beloved characters in a troubling situation. Marlena Evans, the steady and wise psychiatrist who has helped countless people in town, was in need of help herself. Susan, who has always been quirky but loyal, rushed in to offer assistance. Their relationship has always been unusual, Susan's offbeat personality often clashing with Marlena's calm professionalism. But when crisis strikes, Susan proves she can be dependable. For longtime viewers, this moment is a reminder of just how often Marlena has been placed in harm's way. Whether through kidnappings, health scares, or confrontations with Salem's darkest villains, Marlena has endured more than her fair share of hardship. Susan's presence provided both comic relief and emotional weight as she scrambled to steady the situation. It was a small but heartfelt reminder that in Salem, help sometimes comes from the least expected places. Leo stumbles into confusion. Elsewhere in Salem, Leo Stark found himself in the middle of yet another confusing situation. Known for his sharp tongue and flair for drama, Leo has a knack for ending up in the wrong place at the wrong time. On this day, he came across Gwen and Rachel, who were in the middle of stirring up trouble. Rachel Black, never shy about speaking her mind, had teamed up with Gwen Rizek, who has her own long history of manipulation. Together, they made the bold move of reporting Chad DiMera to young Thomas. For Leo, it was a bewildering sight. While he's no stranger to scheming, watching Gwen and Rachel draw a child into the tangled web of adult lies and secrets left him completely perplexed. Salem is no stranger to morally gray behavior, but using children as pawns always raises the stakes. Julie carries the weight of the Horton family. In another corner of Salem, Julie Williams was doing what she has always done best, holding her family together during a time of stress. Julie, visibly exhausted, had to explain to Chad how difficult things had been for the children during the citywide power outage. Without electricity, modern conveniences were stripped away, and the family had to adjust quickly. Thomas and Rachel soon ran in, upset and anxious. Julie, trying her best to manage the situation, didn't look at all pleased. Instead of offering indulgence, she decided to distract them with something old-fashioned. She pulled out the Monopoly board, a game that has stood the test of time for generations. It was Julie's way of saying, if you need entertainment, it won't come from screens or gadgets. It will come from imagination, patience, and maybe a little friendly competition. For older viewers, this was a nostalgic moment. Many remember nights when families gathered around a board game, talking, laughing, and sometimes bickering over property cards. Julie's choice was both practical and symbolic. It was her attempt to remind the younger generation that sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. Trouble at Horton Place. But Salem is never calm for long. Just as Julie tried to create order in the Horton living room, she received a troubling phone call. It was Foster, calling with disturbing news. Looting had broken out at Horton Place. The idea was shocking. How could Salem residents resort to robbery and chaos in a matter of minutes after the power went out? This twist painted a darker picture of the community. Salem has always been a town filled with secrets and scandals, but outright looting suggested a growing unrest. Julie, already stretched thin, now had to juggle her responsibilities at home while worrying about the larger dangers unfolding beyond her walls. It was a sobering reminder that even the Hortons, a family that has long been the moral compass of Salem, are not immune to the turmoil sweeping through town. Monopoly turns into mayhem. Back in the Horton living room, Julie did her best to referee as the children began their Monopoly game. At first, it seemed like a clever way to keep them occupied, but the fragile peace didn't last. Cousins Thomas and Rachel quickly clashed, their argument escalating beyond normal childhood bickering. Julie, trying to prepare popcorn the old-fashioned way without a microwave, shouted for them to behave. But her warnings went unheeded. Instead, the argument took a devastating turn when Rachel blurted out a truth that left Thomas shaken. Rachel's bombshell revelation. In a fit of frustration, Rachel revealed that Thomas's father, Chad, was hiding a girlfriend, Kat Green. Even worse, she accused Kat of pretending to be Abigail, Thomas's beloved mother who passed away. According to Rachel, Chad had been lying too, making the betrayal even deeper. For Thomas, the news was like a thunderbolt. Children often see their parents as unshakable pillars of truth. To be told that his father was deceiving him, and that the memory of his mother was being disrespected, was devastating. Rachel's outburst was not just a childish jab. It was a cutting blow that could alter how Thomas sees his father forever. Chad and Kat's carefree escape. While this painful revelation tore at the heart of the Horton household, Chad and Kat were in an entirely different world. Rather than confronting the fallout of their choices, The two were enjoying carefree moments together on Kat's couch. Their laughter and intimacy stood in stark contrast to the turmoil erupting in the Horton home. This dual storyline highlighted one of the central themes of Days of Our Lives: the collision of personal happiness with family responsibility. Chad may feel alive and renewed in Kat's company, but his actions have consequences that ripple far beyond himself. For Thomas, Abigail's memory is sacred, and any attempt to replace her with Kat feels like a betrayal. Salem thrives on these moral dilemmas, where there is rarely a clear right or wrong, only choices that come with heavy costs. Final thoughts. Monday's episode delivered everything fans expect from Days of Our Lives: family conflict, shocking revelations, and the constant struggle between truth and deception. From Susan's attempt to aid Marlena, to Julie's old-fashioned efforts to guide the children, to Rachel's explosive revelation about Chad and Kat, the episode kept viewers glued to their screens. For older fans, the episode was filled with echoes of the past, board games instead of technology, popcorn made without a microwave, and the enduring strength of Horton traditions. But it also showed how quickly modern chaos, like looting during a blackout, can disrupt even the most stable families. The Hortons may be Salem's guiding light, but even they are not safe from scandal, betrayal, and heartbreak. As the week continues, viewers will no doubt be eager to see how Chad responds to Rachel's bombshell, how Thomas processes his father's actions, and whether Julie can hold her family together under growing strain. One thing is certain: in Salem, secrets never stay hidden for long, and every revelation opens the door to even more drama.